Best bites forever.
Hey everyone, what's up? I'm Chef Alicia and today I'm making pumpkin puree. I'm going to be using one of these little guys right here. This is called a sugar pie pumpkin. There are plenty of other varieties that you can do this with also, but this is convenient and they sell it like everywhere this time of year for like $2.50, $3 or so, and one of these yields about 4 cans worth of the pumpkin puree. So what I do is once I get mine pureed down, I measure it out into 15-ounce bags and then I put it into the freezer, and that way when I need it for a recipe, it's just like in there, it's already weighed out the same amount that would be in a can, so you can just easily convert it into a recipe. This is really easy to do, like probably way easier than you think. So I want everybody to give it a try. It's super, super easy, and plus I heard that there isn't going to be any canned pumpkin around Thanksgiving this year. Did you guys hear that rumor? It's not really a rumor. It was on like some news channel or something. I don't know. But anyway, like, that's worrisome, right? Who wants pumpkin pie? I do. Yeah, Thanksgiving time is coming around, so make sure you have your pumpkin supply and enjoy the video. Bye.
The first thing that we need to do is cut this pumpkin in half. The easiest way for me to do this is to use the pointed end of my knife and go in through the stem and then just work my knife down and around to the bottom. And then I do the exact same thing on the other side, and I do my best to line up my knife and my lines, but it doesn't always work out perfectly. If it doesn't, it isn't that big of a deal as long as you're able to still pull them apart. So once you get both of these lines cut, you should be able to just grab a hold of it and pull it apart. Now at this point we need to remove the seeds. I like to use a large kitchen spoon to do this, but I know some people also like to use like an ice cream scoop or something like that, so whatever is easiest for you, just make sure that you get it nice and clean inside. Once you have both sides cleaned out, it's time to remove the stem. Some of you might be strong enough to go ahead and just grab it and pull it right off, but I'm not, so I'm going to use my knife. And the way that I do this is simply a little V cut, like a nice little V shape that goes under the stem, and then I am able to grab a hold of it and pull it right off. After I remove that stem, I'm going to cover my pumpkin with aluminum foil, and you may notice I'm only doing half of this. That's because I'm going to puree half and I'm using the other half for another recipe. But I'm going to cook this at 350 degrees with the foil side down for 20 minutes and then the foil side up for 20 minutes. Once I get it all lovely and fork tender and ready to come out of the oven, you just take it out, and again with a nice large spoon, just scrape all of that beautiful pulp and flesh that is inside of there and move it over to your food processor. And I'm also going to add just a little bit of water into my food processor. This is going to help it blend down nice and smooth. Only add your water a little bit at a time, because once it's in there you can't really get it back out without, you know, going through some crazy measures. So just a tiny bit at a time, and then give it a couple pulses and look at it. And if it looks like it needs a little bit more water to puree down more smoothly, then you can go ahead and add just a little bit more water now. So I just added maybe another tablespoon or so, and like I said, you can always add more, but it's way more difficult to take it back out. So I'm going to just put the lid back on here and pulse it a few more times, and once the big chunks are kind of gone, I'm going to turn it on and just let it puree until it's smooth. So that takes 1, maybe 2 minutes depending on your food processor and how soft the pumpkin is. And this is the consistency that I like to get for mine. You may like a different one, so do it as you wish. And this is what it looks like when it's all beautiful and finished. At this point, I like to weigh mine out into 15-ounce portions and freeze it into gallon baggies, and that way I have it ready for recipes whenever I need it.
For more delicious recipes, be sure to check out my YouTube channel. Don't forget to subscribe while you're there. You can also check out bestbitesforever.com. Thank you so much for watching, and happy cooking, everyone.
bestbitesforever.com.
And plus you can be like, yeah, I made my own pumpkin puree at home, and to a lot of people that's really impressive, so it sounds like you're like a super chef at home.